If you're using the DIEP structure for a reflective assignment, you'll need to start off by describing the situation or event that you have experienced. The description involves 3 steps: describing the insight, describing the context, and describing the trigger. Now let's explore how we can do this. Firstly, when it comes to describing your insight, think about what the main takeaway from your experience was. Here are some examples from students who recently wrote a reflection. I learnt the value of effective communication. I discovered the importance of accurate data collection. I grasped the principle of product placement. I enhanced my understanding of classroom management. Now that your audience understands what it is you have gained from the situation, it's time to give them some details about when and where it occurred. For example, perhaps it happened when you were doing a placement in your course in a business, hospital, or school. Or it might have been during a group assessment, in a lecture or tutorial, or even from a course reading. Another consideration is, are there any people that need to be mentioned in order for your audience to understand the situation clearly, such as co-workers, classmates, or teachers? Next, we need to say what triggered the insight. For example, what were you doing when the situation, event, or experience occurred? Was it triggered by an error that was made, or by something that you observed? By a situation that you had not encountered before, or possibly by something important that you learnt? All of this information could be useful for your audience. An important consideration is that your description of the event should not be overly wordy. The person marking your work will be more interested in seeing a well-developed interpretation and evaluation in your reflection. Just provide the details needed for the audience to get a clear understanding of the events. Now let's break down an example that a student has recently written. An insight that I've recently gained is the importance of keeping accurate records of patient information. I learnt this while on placement in the oncology department of Sandringham Hospital in the first semester of 2024, where I was tasked with observing a senior registered nurse and assisting him with recording patient information. While there, we spoke with a patient who had been admitted for treatment of their condition, and I took down the patient's details such as their name, date of birth, and address. In doing so, I made an error in the spelling of the patient's surname. For more information about using the DIEP framework for reflective writing, visit the Learning Lab. Also, you can watch the other videos in this series called Reflective Writing the Basics, Interpret the I in DIEP, Evaluate the E in DIEP, and Plan the P in DIEP.